Good evening and welcome to Fishing with CJ down on the beach. Now I'm actually down here tonight to film a match that's being fished for Tony's Tackles and Mini Open, but I'm going to talk about a couple of sessions I did on my channel before this. Now I was fishing down on some bays behind me here with some real superstars of fishing. So I'll introduce you to the superstars and then we'll see how we got on. So no more ado, here are the superstars. And this is how we got on. Good morning again and welcome to Fishing with CJ down on the beach. Today I'm down at Eastbourne and I'm fishing with a couple of mates of mine who are also YouTubers. You may well know them. So Matt Lingard. Oh, and he's had his first place. Nice one, mate. Yeah, had his first place. So Matt, you'll probably know him from his saltwater angler channel, and John Locker, who's sitting over there, who you will know from the Fish Locker. I've got a little bit of activity on one of my rods as well, actually, interesting enough. I've got two rods out today. We're both fishing with two rods because obviously it's not a match, so you can. Matt's had his first place, so happy days. The traps are set, the fish are coming in, we're in the hot spots. Today I'm using two rods. I've got a Cinetic Cayman Evolution with my right hand rod. That's got two hook flapper on it with worm with the hope of a Plaice. I've actually got ragworm on at the moment. And my other rod here is my Penn Mag 4 mixed ground 6 ounce bait and weight and bait, and that's got half a launce on it, half a big sand eel on it, because there have been, or there are reports of there being some rays getting caught during the day along the clip. So let's see how we get on with that. There's a little bit of activity going on, but I've just pushed up through the tide. We'll have a walk down and see, have a quick word with John and see what gear he's using, and then we'll go over once Matt's finished unhooking his fish and see what he's using. Well, Matt's just had the first place. Yeah, nice one as well. Oh. So for those of you who don't know him, this is John Locker. If you don't know him, you need to check out his YouTube channel, because it probably is one of the best sea fishing UK YouTube channels. So get on there, the Fish Locker. Let's have a look at the gear he's using. So he's using Penn Tidal XR420. So kind of continental style rod, isn't it, I guess? I done my estuary fishing rods. Oh right, okay. I use them for flounder in the estuaries. Oh right, okay. Yeah, well that would work. We used to get an awful lot of flounders here, but we don't seem to anymore. Yeah. I think the seals are lot to blame for it. I think the seals eat them. Especially down where I am. I mean, truthful, not only is there more protection put on bass, yeah, but with bass nurseries, they're eating all your little flounders. Yeah, true. But we get a lot of trouble with the seals. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of seals along here actually, more than ever I've seen before. There's one they call Big Head who lives along this stretch of coast, and he'll appear in front of you sometimes. It looks like a walrus. Yeah, I mean the British record was held for about 2 weeks at tide mills in Seaford. I think it got beaten, but so it used to be a real well-known flounder mark, but it's not now. Yeah, I saw a post on YouTube today from Chris from Newtown Angling, and he says that there's been a couple of seals found washed up, and when they've done tests on them, they've got avian flu. So he's saying don't go near any dead animals, so it makes sense really. What goes around comes around, I guess. I mean, we're having down that way, about a couple of miles that way, we're having a complete bloom of razor clams. I've never seen it like it. Literally rafts of dead razor clams washed up on the beach. And the place where you catch them down there is full of them. I mean, there's so many that the innards are in the water column and they're coming up people's line.
Saying that about just match the hatching.
Yeah.
If that's what's in the area, if that's what they're feeding on.
They won't take it on hook. They don't seem to take it on hook. People are tipping off with it and they're using it, but it's strange. It's one of those baits that they're feeding on, but they don't seem to take it on the hook.
We always used to use it as more of the bulk of your bait.
Yeah, well that's what people are doing.
Use it to pad your bait out.
Yeah.
I mean, down in the estuaries, down in the southwest, you do get good gilthead fishing on razor crops.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
not flounders.
No. No, well, it's the Plaice. I mean, I had a couple of Plaice the other day. I took them home and ceviche'd them, and they were full of razor crops. And a lot of them, because they're gorging themselves at the moment because they're all spawned out, aren't they? So they're hungry.
Guy, when you get them like this, they are absolutely ravenous.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was a 57cm Plaice caught down at Hove 2 weeks ago, and there was a 50cm caught just along here a week ago, but there was no meat on them. They were just bone.
It's unfortunate, isn't it, when you get one of them and you lift it up and it's almost like just skin and bone. Yeah. They're fully spent. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've had big ones out on the boat, and I took a big one home and cooked it, and I couldn't get any meat off it. It was just skin. I say skin and bone. Well, actually, to be honest, it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be today. And Tony's just phoned me up and he said you will get Plaice today because it's not as bad as the forecast isn't as bad as they said, which is good. You know what it's like when you recommend a spot. No pressure. Should have been here yesterday. Oh God! Well, you should have been here yesterday. I mean, the match fish yesterday, there was 26 people fished it. I don't think anyone, or certainly only one or two blanked, and the majority had double figures of Plaice. So there's well over 100 Plaice caught along the stretch, and it's catch and release, so they've gone back in water. Just about to say, so if we don't catch any today, it's because we caught them all yesterday. No, they all went back in. Right, let's go and have a word with Matt and get the rain off my lens. So let's go and have a quick chat with Matt, see how he's getting on. I know he's had a Plaice already, so first blood to Matt.
I just loaded up, you can put it on film as well.
Yeah, go on.
I just loaded up the biggest wishbone rig.
Right.
Loads of lug.
And?
Cast straight over the groin and lost it.
Oh shit. So. I mean, what you have got to recognise is that the tide is whistling up that way. So wherever you cast, your lines are going to end up over the groins.
Yeah, I'll rebait with another one. And
yeah.
So again, no luck up that way?
No, not yet. Not yet.
That was on razor.
Oh.
Not the lug.
Right, well that's interesting because I've been saying to everybody they're not eating razor on the hook, but...
Yeah, well that one did, but...
Yeah.
There's one hook with lug, one with razor.
Let's have a look at Matt's gear. So he's fishing with... Spoon Surf. It's a Buko competition. Power casting performance. That's a rod I'm not familiar with actually. Looks nice. It's a very, very fine composite tip, and a Luna Surf.
Colmic one, yeah. Colmic's slightly better actually.
Yeah.
A lot slightly better blade than that.
Yeah.
A bit more powerful. I've gone down the continental route, Chris, because a lot of people have. You get a bit older. Back to the weight.
I'm kind of resisting. I have got continental rods. I'm fishing one continental, but I'm kind of trying to keep with a multiplier, just to keep my skills up, really.
Definitely, yeah. You fish butt down as well, don't you?
Yeah, for the multiplier, yeah. I mean, I've got Gerald, who fishes a lot of the comps. He fishes a fixed spool down,
right.
And I find that bizarre. Better go and wire my rods and see if I've got anything on. I'll catch you a bit later on.
Was that as far as I could cast that last one?
Yeah, you have got the big casters were the catches here yesterday. You have got I mean, the guy next to me was probably casting about 10 metres further than me, and he was slaughtering them. Yeah. Right, let's get mine round in and
Catch you a bit. Well, too early to call it, so I've got a fish on. I'm bringing that rod in. Yeah. Trouble is, there's quite a strong tide cutting across here, so. Pardon? Yeah, no, I brought that one in, but I want to bring this in and take all the slack out of it to minimise the tangle. No, different rod. You know, no, I'll pick this. I think I'll pick this one up. Got half a launch, that launch you give me on here, and I've just got worms, a ragworm on that one. It's freed itself anyway. That's good news. I've got another line. Have I got yours? John, have I got yours? Have I got your line? It's white. Sorry? Oh, well, it's a crack off then. I'll pull it in. Well, I'll pull this line in because we'll get rid of it, because otherwise it's going to turn into a fucking bait ball out there, isn't it? Might be a fish on it. Well, there's the end of it. Might be a rod on this. Well, it's the bait, it's the weight. Oh well, I won something today. That's a serious crack off, that, isn't it? There's bait, there's line receptacles.
Watching the lead still breathing there.
No, I've got a lead.
That's what I'm saying, I've got that.
Yeah. Unless it's another set of line, another set of gear out there. That is the problem down here, is you do end up with a lot of tackle. There are line receptacles up here. I'll lose the line. That's another set of gear.
And it's gone across another line.
Is there still more line out there? Oh, it's yours, is it? So although there's not shore crab robbing bait at the moment, there are lots of little crabs out in the sand here, so they will peck at stuff. The
price you pay for popular fishing marks is that occasionally there's a lot of tackle out there that's been cracked off. So we'll tidy this away, take it out of the system. But wrapped into this is a little mast crab. I'm going to have to do a bit of surgery to get him out of the line. He's obviously entangled in the line. Just going to release this little fella. Do our bit for the environment.
Yeah.
Right, cheers, mate. Well, got some legs back as well. It's nice. Some legs back as well. Nice.
Did you get in that low? Really? Four including my two. And I pinched one of these triplets. Yeah.
Right, well the forecast, or the weather as forecast, is with us now. Bit of drizzle, wind's picked up. There's a little bit more surf. It's still not unfishable. Still quite fishable. A lot of clear water out there. Just on past casting range or in casting range. So still quite positive. We might get some fish. Got to be in it to win it. So if you watch Matt with Lingard's YouTube channel, you will see that last year or so he did an episode which was 10 top anglers giving away 10 top secrets to catching more fish. And my tip was that you're guaranteed a bite if you've got a piece of cake and a cup of tea. So I've just gone away and I bought myself some cake. So let's see if it still has magic. I have tried other foodstuffs which haven't been effective, but cake seems to be the one. So we've had the bit of cake. Here's a cup of tea. Whoops.
Let's watch these rod tips and see what happens. Right, let's wind this rod in and see if we've got anything. Well, it's not a blank. It is not a blank. So I've had a place, albeit a tiny little place. Tiny little place, but it's not a blank.
So a cup of tea and a piece of cake works every time. Let's get this little boy back. Well, the weather's turned pretty horrid. Wind's picking up all the time, which is what the forecast said it was going to do, to be honest. I think we were lucky to get the little spell that we got at the start of the session. So we're packing up and we're going to call it a day. Just goes to show what a difference today makes. I mean, yesterday completely different day. Completely different day. Sea was calm. What wind there was offshore, and the Plaice were here in numbers. Today, you know, once it gets lumped up like this, the Plaice aren't here, or they're not here in any numbers anyway. So unfortunately, that's fishing for you. So we'll catch you in the next video. So in the meantime, keep safe, keep sane, keep fishing, and it's good night from me, and it's goodbye from John. And he's busy. Woo! Well, good morning and welcome to Fishing with CJ down on the beach. And today I'm down here with a couple of friends and we're going to see if we can't catch a Plaice. So let me introduce you to hard work walking up and down all this shingle.
Yeah, she's going to go in.
Right. This is Jem.
Morning.
Hello, Jem.
Just getting all the stuff onto the beach.
Yeah. Sort of bloody retreat from Mafeking, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is Tony Mcdonald, who is the flounder king.
Used to be.
And so we've got the queen of match fishing, the king of flounders, and we've got Tony, who's a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be coming, so Tony Kirrage is going to be coming down here as well in about an hour when he can get himself out of bed.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trek.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you parked in the car park, have you?
No, I was going to, but then
I parked on the main
my
road.
sat-nav brought me this side of the car park,
Yeah.
so I wasn't sure where it was. So I ended up going all around the houses.
All right.
And the road I come up to get onto the car park said no right turn, and I wanted to turn right, so I just parked on that road.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, that's what I got on the main road as well. Sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I had a good look round to check there was no parking meters or signs, so
No,
should be all right.
no. I think you're all right.
Yeah. Car park would have been a little bit closer, but not too much.
Oh, you're further than the car park.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a trick.
Like the road.
Yeah.
The turn off just that way from the car park I've parked.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
it's
it's
a bit
only
of a trek,
just over the far corner
Yeah.
of the car park.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah. Is that Beamsley Road, is it? That's the road down to Tony's.
Royal Parade, I think it's
Oh,
called.
is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Right, well.
I best climb over the fence, shouldn't I?
We'll film Jem going over the fence. Here we go.
Hopefully in a good way, not falling.
Yeah, no, just to prove that this is a multi-gender sport and anybody can do it if you can get over the fence.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Set up.
Yeah, I've not even started. I've been practicing casting. So.
Yeah.
Got enough bait, have you?
I have, yeah. I've got enough here.
Well, we've got loads.
Yeah, I know. So Tony just told me.
The Queen swam so much after the match yesterday.
Yeah.
We got enough for an army, I think.
Oh right, okay.
You
Well,
got any king rag?
I haven't got any rag, no. Oh right. Oh, okay. Thanks.
Come in there.
Right, lovely. Oh, look at him.
I've got no Jim's got a load more as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, yeah, that'll keep me started.
Yeah, we can split these ones up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think they're so hungry they're taking anything.
Yeah.
I was going to put a fish bait out because there's been some rays caught,
Yeah.
and there could be one around. I mean, obviously night time normally, but there is a bit of colour in the water still. Although it's clearing out, isn't it?
It is. It's looking really good
Yeah.
today.
Well, they've had a couple apparently over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
They're from Norfolk, I think.
are they?
Yeah, they fed up catching rays.
Right, I'm going to go and get tackled up, and I'll get you back on the camera in a minute.
Right.
Catch you later.
See you shortly, Chris.
Cheers, Jim. Right, I got a bait in the water at long last. Right, well, first rod out, and I think I've got a bite on it. See with that, it's the little waves. I got my first wind in, no fish, but the top worm has definitely been ragged. That's on that little circle hook, interestingly enough. So let's get that baited back up and get it back out there. Then it's time for a cup of tea. And if the cafe's open, I might go and get a bit of cake. So, Tony M and Jem both winding in frantically. Don't think they've had bites, but let's not say that they haven't had fish. Yeah, nothing from Tony M. I'm going to have to call him Tony M because we've got Tony K down here as well. We're going to have a look at Jem's and Tony's gear setups in a bit. I'm still faffing around trying to get a second rod out. And nothing for Jim. Okay, let's get back tackling up. So we've got the old bait mate here, which we're going to use for tying this. This is a pre-made cocktail of squid and mackerel, which has got plenty of scent in it because I can smell it. Been in my freezer for a year, or since this time last year I think. I'm not using a pennel setup here, so the line is going to have to be held in place by the elastic, so we'll make sure we put plenty of elastic around the top end of it there, and plenty of elastic all the way down, and then a couple of lazy knots on there. Try not to knock my finger in him. Using this is heavy bait elastic as well, because it's a bigger bait. I've done it so that the squid is on the outside because it's a little bit more robust than the mackerel, so the bait elastic shouldn't be cutting into it too much. It's a case of sliding it off. There you go. So one very nice bait. So I discovered on these rod rests, the bait mate sits beautifully in the back of there, so you're not hunting around for it. Make sure the hook's nice and proud. It clips into the old Gemini clip like that, so it's nicely and streamlined behind the weight. Got a 5-ounce lead on there, and I'm using luminous weights. Just figure that there's a bit of murk in the water, rays, fish, all those sort of things are inquisitive. It might see that glowing in the water and come over and investigate, see what it is, and then quite close to it we'll find this nice juicy bait. So let's see if we can get this out, and got 2 rods fishing then. I'll go and speak to some people. Nice to see somebody else that does off the ground casting. That's what I do. So
yeah,
I can pendulum cast, but I kind of lost my confidence in it.
Yeah, my pendulum is definitely worse than my off the ground, and I only do that over a field, not on a beach. I'm not good enough at it. Yeah, I can do it on the beach, but I just, you know, there's always a doubt in your mind and a crack off, and so exactly.
Definitely cast fire.
Off the ground.
Sorry?
I'm much safer off the ground, and that's what's important on the beach.
No, absolutely, and I feel safer off the ground. I can pendulum cast. I can cast a lot further with a pendulum cast, but I did a couple of chucks this morning, and
yeah. Well, I know my off the ground goes further as well, so I'm
does it?
Doing that
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So you're a Tronics Pro ambassador.
Brand ambassador, I am.
Brand ambassador.
Yeah, I've been with them now for about 9 months.
Oh, okay.
So been writing some blogs on that have gone up on their webpage, and they post them on Facebook. So yeah, some of them focusing on local spots around here as well.
Yeah.
So I did one on soul fishing on Eastbourne, and another blog on Plaice fishing down at Brighton. So any local watchers may want to check those out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll certainly have a look at them.
Cool.
Is that on YouTube or is that on Tronics Pro?
No, it's on Tronics Pro's website, and they're written blogs rather than
okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So blogs as opposed to vlogs.
Yeah, not vlogs.
I'm not down with the terminology.
Yeah.
And you're using a Tronics Pro competition Nagger here. Lovely looking rod.
Nagger.
Yeah.
It's a Big Brother Performance. The other one I've got with me today is the Performance.
Yeah.
Really lovely rod. This one's probably a bit overgunned for a nice bit of place fishing today. On a calm day, but I thought I'd bring one of each down with me just for a change. Normally I like to fish a matching pair.
Oh right, okay.
And for this kind of fishing,
is that some sort of OCD thing, or is there?
It's just so when I come to cast, I don't have to think which rod is it now, because it's going to affect how I'm going to cast.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes no difference to my casting which rod I cast. It's all just as bad.
I'm sure that's not true. Right, let's get the pot back in the tripod.
Yeah. So what reel's that on there?
It's just a 7HT mag.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I really like using these for my fishing. I like the handles on them.
Yeah, no,
And
they're really
for
good.
sort of the clear ground fishing we do around here over sand.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Just right for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you have the mag set on that? Do you have it turned all the way up?
2.5 at the moment.
2.5, all
So
right.
it's quite low, but we've got a bit of a behind wind.
Yeah.
Coming slightly northeast, I think
Yeah,
it is
it
today.
is. Yeah.
So wind off our backs helps a little bit. I might even click them down a little bit more later.
Okay. I quite like the fact you've got numbers. I've got pens and you can't. It's kind of guesswork where you are with it. I never know if I'm winding it on or winding it off.
Yeah. No, I like the numbers because I can think, oh, I had it on 4.
Yeah.
If I want to go back to where I was, I know where it was working for me.
So there's a tip to you, pen. Put some numbers on your mags.
Yeah, very useful to have the numbers.
Yeah.
And that's knobs easier to adjust. So. Yeah, some people might not like that because you might dig in your hand, but I don't find that
I've heard a lot of people moan about that, but with the pens, I've never had an issue with a pen.
Yeah, so the other one I've got here is the competition formal.
Okay.
It's got a plain lead on there at the moment, so I haven't got any bend in the tip, but when there's grip lead on there and a bit of tide running, it's got a lovely bend.
Quite. Yeah, no, both lovely rods.
Yeah. Both same reels on there. I like fishing reel down.
Yeah.
Much prefer multipliers over fixed balls. Although I know a lot of people these days prefer the fixed balls, which is fair play.
I prefer multipliers, but I am using a fixed ball today. I've got one of each, so.
Yeah, I've got a fixed ball with me in case I want to put one in close for a flounder or something if fancy takes me. But I've got one of the lighter rods for that.
If there's no Plaice here today, then something's gone sadly wrong. It's got to be really Plaice. It's just a little early yet.
Might be us that's gone sadly wrong. I doubt it. I think we're doing all the right things.
So Jem, you fished a comp yesterday. That's a bit keen.
Yeah.
You've told me not to ask how you did.
Yeah, it didn't go great, but I changed tactics late on because nobody had a flatty.
Right.
Last 2 hours I thought, right, I'm not going to get in the money any other way. I'll try for the best flat. Nothing. So my tactics were a bad move, but that's hindsight.
No, but I mean, if you're not winning anyway, you might as well try something different.
Yeah, it was still a lovely day out. Lots of dogfish caught.
Yeah.
I had some dogs and a schoolie. Other people had some tings.
Yeah.
And rockling as well.
Yeah.
But nearly all dogs.
And the rain stopped, didn't it? The rain stopped about 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we didn't start the comp until 11:45.
Oh, okay, so you missed the rain.
It rained for about an hour in the afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a quick dash to the shelter, that was.
Yeah, because I was doing a yard clear up for the boat club yesterday, and everyone's going, oh, what are we going to do if it rains? So I said, well, you're fishermen, you go and work in the rain. But it was just a little bit of drizzle at the start and it went, so it was good.
No, it was better than I thought yesterday, the weather. I thought it was going to rain all day and it held off mostly. So.
Yeah, no, and it was actually warm, wasn't it?
Yeah. Not as warm as today though, it's lovely. I took my jumper off just now, but I decided it wasn't quite warm enough for that.
I took my coat off and I am sweating. I mean, to be honest with you, the forecast said it wasn't going to be very warm today because it's northerly winds, isn't it? But in the sun, it's lovely.
Yeah. I think some people underestimate how lovely and warm it can be on the beach on a sunny spring day.
Yeah, and if you tuck yourself in out of the wind. I mean, these groins are great because one, they give you shelter, and two, it stops people walking along the beach. Yeah. So they have to come down to you if they want to talk to you. Yeah. Which is good.
No swimmers today. Haven't seen a paddleboard or a kayaker yet either.
No swimmers yet. There will be swimmers, I expect. I think people swim every day. But yeah, the yachts aren't out today. I had a few problems with yachts yesterday on the comp, I believe. Right, I'm going to go and have a quick word with Tony Mack. Yeah. And then I'm going to go and see if I can get myself a piece of cake.
That sounds like a good idea.
Because as we know, the secret weapon for catching fish is a cup of tea and a piece of cake.
So as soon as you get some food in your mouth, you get a bite, don't
you? It's cake. It's only cake. It doesn't work for anything else. No, it only works with cake. For me, it's got to be tea and cake. Because a sandwich you can put down, but a piece of crumbly cake you can't.
Exactly. Your hands are tied. You can't deal with the fish.
Sticky fingers and So I'm going to go and get a bit of sticky cake. Yeah. Right, stay lucky. I'll see you in a bit. I'll be putting a drone up in a bit, so if you hear something buzzing, it'll be me. So, how are you doing, Tony? You caught anything?
No, one bite first, Chuck.
You had a bite,
and then it's come out back untouched ever since.
Right. I mean, it's now it'll start going, when it's going to go.
No tide yet at the moment.
Yeah. I imagine you're blasting out quite a long way. What are you using? Fish Anywhere, Match Pro?
Yeah.
Lovely rod.
And Abu 6.5.
Okay. Oh, good old Abu 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found mine in the garage.
Funny enough, I've switched over to 7HTs.
Yeah.
But these are so robust.
Yeah.
And they last loads, so I've just serviced 4 of them.
Yeah. I mean, mine sat in the garage for 20 years, untouched, sitting on a rod still. Took me ages, real difficulty getting off the rod.
Yeah.
Took it to bits, cleaned it out. I put some new bearings in it, cleaned oil, changed the oil over to rocket fuel.
Yeah.
And then I bought a brand new pen,
Casting special.
Casting special.
Yeah.
And I span them both up and timed them, and that casting special beat the pen by about 2 seconds on the life. But because it's not a definitive test, because you know who knows, I've spun it across.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I did exactly the same. Got the ceramic bearings, new spool.
Yeah.
And I'm slowly turning the magnets off a bit.
Yeah.
If I snap off, I know it's on. It's just a little bit too fast. But I think I've got it about right.
Yeah. Are you pendulum casting, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not to the same extent as these. I've got bad back, so don't go out the distance these other lads are fishing nowadays. But
I've kind of lost my confidence in pendulum casting. I do it off the ground casting now because I know it's, and as we were just talking to Jem, I feel safer with it.
Yeah. Mine's only a half swing pendulum. It's not a full-blooded thing.
Yeah. But I mean, I watch Tony and Gerald casting, and there's nothing special in their casting technique, but they go an immense distance.
Yeah.
And you just think, I guess it's just experience, muscle memory and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and you see the likes of Bondi and that nowadays.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. It's just good to watch.
And Joe Plumstead as well.
Another one, yeah.
And to be quite, Ian Hopper.
Yeah.
Ian Hopper, he's such a smooth cast.
Yep.
But and loads of others in between. But we catch anything? Anybody anything?
It's terrible.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Terrible.
They'll just suddenly come on, won't they?
Hope so.
Well, they better.
For that we clean them out. Or the curse of the camera again.
Yeah.
Curse of the camera, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I've got my secret weapon, I've got a bit of cake, so I'm going to wind this in, rebait it, and then it's a cup of tea and a piece of cake, see if I get a fish. Well, there's me, Tony Kirrage, Tony Mcdonald and Jem Stapleton fishing, and we haven't caught anything yet. And today, you couldn't want for a more perfect day. Gerald's just turned up and he's plonked himself down between me and Tony. But I'm going to break out my secret weapon now. I've just been up to the cafe and I bought myself a sausage roll and a piece of cake. So we'll do a bit of an experiment, see if a cup of tea and a sausage roll makes any difference. And then if it doesn't, then we'll try a cup of tea and a piece of cake. But, so let's have a look. So here's a cup of tea. Watching my rod tips while I'm drinking it. I've only just cast this rod out, so it's fresh bait on it. And a sausage roll. Did she put my tomato sauce in? Sausage roll and a cup of tea. So we're watching the rod tips. I mean, we should have a bit of tide running now. If it's going to happen, it's got to be happening now. They've just suddenly come on a feed, I'm guessing. See what happens. Well, the sausage roll hasn't seemed to work. Certainly no activity on my rod whatsoever. But we'll try the piece of cake in a second and see how that goes. It's a very nice lemon drizzle cake. But the sausage roll was very nice, I have to say. So it was worthy of that because I was hungry. Lemon juice, okay. See? See, catch you in a bit when something happens. But I'm convinced that a piece of cake and a cup of tea will do it. I have tried other foodstuffs, but it always seems to be the cake that does it. Catch you when it does. Well, nothing seems to be happening. I know that Jem and Tony Mac aren't hauling the fish in, and I'm not seeing Gerald or Tony doing anything. Let's have a little wander over and see how Tony's doing.
Drama's on the beach. Gerald just thought he had a massive bite, but it's a bloke on 2 bays across, winding in, over the top of Tony.
He's mad, and he walks straight into my rod.
Bloke probably thinks he's got fish.
You've got me.
I must admit,
His new brain on his boat touching the boat, he's quite a lot favourite.
Well, it just goes to show, doesn't it, that when it's not on, it's not on. I mean, I'm fishing down here with Tony Kirrage, is a former world champion and an avid match angler. Gerald, who's a top match angler as well. Got Jem, who fishes for the England team, and Tony Mac, who's got so much experience and what have you, beach fishing and match fishing, and none of us have had a fish. And yet, the weather conditions, the water clarity, everything is, you couldn't want for better, really. So, whatever, who knows what the reason is behind this. The wind has picked up a little bit now. It's got a cold edge to it, actually. Well, we're going to keep fishing till, oh, hello. Have I got a little touch on my rod? I'll come back to filming when something happens, but at the moment, nothing's happening. But hey, it's fishing and I'm enjoying myself. It's lovely. It's a lovely day to be out on the beach, albeit, as I say, it's got a little bit chilly now. Got a cup of tea. Might go and get another sausage roll, actually, that'd be nice. Yeah, keep fishing.
Tony Mac's got a bite on his braid rod. I'll film again when we see what he's winding in. You can tell the fishing ain't great because everyone's standing around gas bagging. Unbelievable, isn't it? Oh yeah.
I've got another bite. Have you? Yeah, I've missed. You're not filming,
Yeah, I was, but it's alright, I got a hooter. You'll get hooted.
Yeah, I was a bit hasty.
Is that on the braid again?
Again, yeah, literally. So I've come for a walk, leaving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I've just let out loads of slack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just pulled the worm off.
I've got a rubber band now, pulling it off. I'm going to get some tin and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm fed up with missing bites, Tony.
Yeah.
What do you want? Hair bands?
Yeah, no, I've got rubber band, but I reckon I need to light it.
Yeah, well that's why I don't bag them, because they're really soft.
Just had a slack line. Major slack line. Oh, it was you, is it? Oh, I thought, oh, I got a bite. And then I saw it go slack and I thought, oh, who's winding in?
We got Gerald in amongst it as well, or not? No. I think you might have got my... Gonna take a bit of slacking. Oh, you're in amongst all this as well.
I've had the bloke over there with me. Oh God, this don't look good.
It don't, does it?
This don't look very good at all. Oh, wait a minute, I'm only in it a little bit.
Yeah.
No, it's the other way. That's it. Like that. That's it. Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's okay.
So get that out of there.
Why hold that? It's yours that's in a mess.
I don't know whose is that one with a spring? Was that, or have we picked up another rig?
Whose is that?
No,
Well, what's that line that's going out? There's a line going out still there. Oh, so Gerald was in it?
Yeah, I am in it.
Gerald's tangled up in it.
You tangled everyone up,
No,
Joe.
It's you. No, you.
I was all right till you drilled it.
It's Gerald fishing with magnets again.
Don't get them fucking sea cams in your fucking...
No, I know. I've got one of them.
You
I've got
can't
one.
get them out. What's that one, Chris?
That's mine.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
mine.
that's all right if you let go of that.
Yeah, that'll come out.
Oh no.
That's Tony out.
Right, you unclip mine.
Yours is on clip, mate. It's already gone. Sorry? Well, not a blank at last, yeah. Oh, it's not a monster, but it might be he might be the scout.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I think I'm going to cut the hook off.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it well deep?
Yeah. Going back. Got better chance than that.
Yeah.
Right, so catch and release, get it back going to be a big boy.
There we go.
Well, at least somebody's not having a blank.
Yeah.
Lee, it's coming on. Maybe you say it's Tony, maybe it's you two guys are packing up.
Yeah.
You get ready to go and then the fish start to feed.
Yeah. Oh, it's the tension now.
I think I'll go.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Little dab in it.
goodness, it's getting bigger.
They're coming on.
Baby Plaice.
That's a dab, isn't it? It's a dab.
No, little baby.
Is it?
Little Plaice.
Oh yes, isn't it? Oh yeah.
He's got a hook as well. That's it.
Oh,
I'm going home.
Right, so there you go. So after a whole day of sitting around watching rod tips doing nothing, Tony's packing up and going home and he's had 2 fish. Oh, well, I'm glad. I'm persuaded you come here then.
Well, hopefully they come on now.
Yeah. Well, they're moving down, so.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well.
Excellent.
If I don't see you again today, Jim.
Yeah, we'll sort out another time when we can actually catch some fish, eh?
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, and you, mate. Yeah, real pleasure.
Keep the videos coming.
Yeah, they're coming. They're all coming. I mean, I will be going out in the boat more. If you want to come out in a boat, you're welcome to come out in a boat.
Thanks for the invitation, but I like my dry land fishing a lot more. Maybe one day. I won't ever say never.
No. Yeah, well, I mean, it's sketchy at the moment anyway, but June, July time, when the tope are in and everything like that, it can be quite an exciting day.
Mike Lillette went out, he does goes basted,
right,
luring over it, hailing on, he had 7 doubles I think. In one day.
What, last week?
Yeah, 14.5 pounds there. 7 in one tide. One day, one trip.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's what we want.
And apparently there's rumours that a great white's been seen.
What, that old chestnut?
Well, they found a seal, didn't they, with a head missing?
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
Well, we need something to sort the seals out.
Yeah.
And the swimmers. Nope,
yeah.
Did I say that on video? Right, I might go and concentrate on my rods for a bit. Yeah. Anyway, so Jen, been a real pleasure.
Likewise.
Yeah, we'll do it again. Yeah. I'll come down your way next time.
Yeah, and there'll be more fish there.
Oh, down your way. Uckfield, there's not a lot of fishing in Uckfield,
no,
is there?
No, but Oval, Brighton or the Bubbles,
yeah. And I need to catch a mullet.
Oh, okay. Well, off the beach?
Anywhere.
Okay.
So I've got all these videos. How do you catch bloody mullet? I need to be able to show them. I can't put them out.
That's my forte, don't they?
Yeah.
Love my mullet.
Yeah. Woohoo! God, that made my chest shake. Well, thanks for joining us on this fishing trip. I think you'll agree, I've been fishing with some pretty top anglers today, and they weren't really catching a great deal either. So, you know, it happens. It happens that you can go out on a perfect day with the perfect bait, and the fish haven't got the agenda, I guess. There have been some fish caught a bit further along the beach down that way. I heard that someone's had 7, but other than that, it's just the odd 1 and 2. Obviously, Tony Mack had 2 at the end of his session. Tony Kirrage had 1 little one as he was packing up. Jem blanked, and I massively blanked, unless I've got something on now. That's fishing. And of course, I was down here last week with John Locker. He blanked, and Matt Lingard had 1 little one. And I had 1 little one, so that is fishing. So we're going to call it a night now. We're going to pack away and go home. We've got a nice little air show with that Chinook flying over the top of my head, scared the living daylights out of me. Oh, what's this then? Oh, it's the Notta Blancosaurus. So, as you can see, despite being superstars, none of them did particularly well. Now, there is a lesson to be learned from that. No matter how good an angler you are, no matter how good your bait is, no matter how good or perfect the weather conditions are, even if where you're going fishing has been fishing its socks off, and trust me, the bays that we fished on those 2 successive Mondays that video was about were absolutely fishing their socks off. There'd been a lot of Plaice caught there. But irrespective of that, if the fish have not had the invite, if they've not read the memo and they're not there, you ain't going to catch them. So if you're struggling, if you're not catching any fish and you're watching YouTube channels and you're thinking, you know, all these people catch hundreds and hundreds of fish, trust me, most YouTubers will only put out videos when they catch fish, so they miss the blanks. Okay, now I try to be honest with my channel, and I will show you the good with the bad. All right, so as you see, we were fishing, we were doing the right things, the fish had not got the memo. So, thank you very much for joining me on this journey. I hope you enjoyed it. I will give you the details of the YouTube channels that are put out by some of the people that I fish with. So go and check their channels out. Trust me, they are very, very good. And I'll see you on the next video. So catch you later. Keep safe, keep sane, keep fishing.